call. First of all, we want to just thank you guys for taking the time to get on the call with us today. We just want to make sure that we're gearing up for these events to be successful. We want to set all of you up for success, as well as the event itself, so we can continue to do them in areas all over. So, Stephen, thank you for being the guinea pig with this. We so appreciate you. You're a great person to work with in doing this, and we super appreciate it. So thank you very much. What we want to do in making this, the first thing I want to maybe go over with you is to help you guys, first of all, understand the purpose of the event. I got my notes to make sure I'm not forgetting things, because when I get talking live, that can happen. These regional events will be held all over, and our plan is to do 1 to 2 of them a month. The plan is to do just one this month because we're later in the month. November and December will be the same, with just 1 a month because of the holidays. And then starting in January, we're looking to and projecting that we'll do at least 2 a month. So if you're not in any of the given areas for the next 3 months, just hang in there. We're going to get to you and make sure that we know that you're interested in doing them, and we want this to happen. So the objective to these meetings are, or trainings or rallies, if you will, there's a lot of objectives to this. And they really help you overall. What the objective would be is to help you develop your teams, because we know how important that is to you with the longevity of your business. We know how important it is to people for us to be able to share what we have here and how people can earn an income and enhance their lives for the better the same way that you have. You guys are sharing this with people anyway, and you're seeing results. So why not share it on a broader spectrum and be able to train them and bring them in and give them more of a personal touch in that regard. Everything we do here is so virtual, and the convenience of that is amazing. And it's like untouchable to be able to do that, everything so virtually. However, we know and we understand that with a personal touch, how important that is. That's the reason Aaron goes out to visit all of you. That's the reason that we try and reach out in any way that we can, that we, as you develop through the MMC development plan and everything else, that we send you rewards and flowers and cookies, I guess, not just the flowers, but we send you these things to make sure that you know that we notice and we recognize how important in your hard work. So we know that personal touch is really important, and that's what we want to try and give. And that hands-on training, not just virtual training. Virtual training is amazing, right? It gets things done, it's effective, it's efficient, it's really great. But when you get somebody there hands-on, fingers in the dough, if you will, it makes a huge impact on them, and it's really important to do that. So that's one of the purposes of this, is to expand and develop your teams to help enhance training for both you, the trainer, and the new agent. And to just, if nothing else, maybe you'll even get customers out of this. Maybe someone that's coming there, you're not going to end up being an agent or anything like that, but you've just gotten the word out to them about the amazing opportunity that we have here and the amazing product and ability that we have to be able to deliver containers just about anywhere they need them, to anyone that they can think of. So a lot of objectives there. For this event, we want to make sure that it's important. Now, it's going to be up to you guys, and we're here to help, but it will be up to you to share this event. The more you probably see, because we've posted the event on our main corporate Facebook page, so we're going to get some attention there, and you're going to see and meet people that you've never seen or met before. You guys are already doing that right now as we are getting leads, and you guys are building your teams with those things as well. So you're already doing that, but how great would it be is if they're in your area and you actually get to talk with them and meet them, and they have somebody else that they want to bring with them as well. It's just, the possibilities are virtually endless with this, and that's what we're really, really excited about. So how do you invite somebody to an event like this? You share the event that we put on there. You can share it to your timeline, but what is even more effective with how you invite? Personal touch. Remember that personal touch is really, really key. So you might invite somebody to the event and they're going to go, looks like they invited like 50 people, right? But what if you send it to like 50 people and then you message them directly, or you text them personally, or you get on the phone and you actually call them on the phone and you say, hey, I've sent this to a few people, but you are absolutely at the top of my mind in this, and here's why. and you would want to help them understand why you invited them to that. Maybe they told you at some point that their car was breaking down and they didn't know how they were going to afford to pay for it, or they were looking to move because they can't afford their rent, or they have a vacation that they're wanting to plan with their family, or their husband or their wife just lost their job, or they just, whoever just lost their job, or there's all kinds of reasons that we start and we start to look for opportunities that we can take in our own home, on our own schedule, and all of those things. And listen for those cues, listen for those tips that people are giving you to tune into what their need is. And how does the opportunity that we have to offer them and that you've been also blessed with, how do you take that and share that with them, and for what reason? So keep your ears open for things like that so you can connect with people on that level. I know many of you are already doing that anyway, so that's basically how you would invite people, and I've shared with you a little bit about why you would invite people. It's just, your why might not match their why or anything else, but just listen for the cues, share it on Facebook, and then share a personal reach out. That's where you're going to get the most success from this type of an event. We want to make these really, really great. We're going to really rely on our top trainers and leaders that are hosting these events to participate and, maybe even share your why for a moment, to make some introductions of some key people at corporate that will be attending as well. And then ultimately, we may even like to see you guys holding these types of events with or without a corporate face there. And we know that you guys can do it, and we can get to that so that you have more control about how you are holding these events and the purpose for them, and deliver some really great messages that you need to deliver as well. So I said I'd keep it brief, but hopefully do any of you have any questions about anything we talked about or the events themselves?
Just so you know, it seems like most of you are on mute. So if you want to say something, unmute yourself first. Yeah, they're all right.
Oh, yeah. You want to tell them how to unmute themselves?
You just click on the microphone.
So if your microphone, it has a little red line through it down at the bottom corner, I think is where you're going to see it. If your microphone is got a red line through it, we cannot hear you. So if you have a question, we can't hear you. We're not ignoring you.
I guess I'll ask a question.
Hey, Alex.
How do we do you guys already have a list of where you'll be coming, or has it just been the first one that's been announced, I guess?
That's a great question.
Yeah, that's a cool question. Okay, so we have pretty much the list through January. Do you want to know where we are going right now?
Sure.
Okay, so we're going to Jackson next weekend. And the first weekend of November, we are planning to be in Boston. And then the first weekend of December, we should be in Atlanta, Georgia. Then the first weekend in January, we should be in Charlotte, North Carolina. And then the third weekend in January, we'll go to Denver. And that's pretty much our plan so far.
Awesome. Come to Idaho.
Sorry?
Okay.
Yeah,
sure. You got it.
Tomorrow.
Maybe that could be a little quick trip in there somewhere where no one's having to fly all over, but like.
Yeah,
no.
So I think from what Susan was saying was excellent. Like, even if you would like us to come to your areas, we love to do that. Like, you can request maybe those events. If you have let's say 20 people, 30 people that could join such an event, maybe you can request it, and then we can plan an event in the future to come there, like in Idaho, or to go in, I don't know, California or wherever.
Now there may be a minimum attendance that we might have you guys shoot for, because if we're going to, we want to touch as many people as we possibly can. So the more people that are there, and if you can commit, and your team members that you have can commit to getting a certain number of people there. Right now, I don't know that there's a number in place, but we do want to see about 20 to 25. We may not tell you no if you don't have that many, but we certainly want you to reach for that. I don't think that's a lot, depending on how many people you know and how many people you can reach. So let's help each other get to that number. So for example, Alex, let's say that you know somebody that's within 100 miles or so of Jackson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's say that you know somebody that's within 50 to 100 miles of Jackson. You're going to invite them to the event. Why? Because that's close to them. You're not going to absolutely try and get them to your event in Idaho. That wouldn't make sense.
Yeah. I wish I knew someone. I only know Steven.
Oh, well, Steven, will you go, please? He's on it.
I'll get him there.
Yeah, you will? Thank you. So do you see how, like, if you have family, relatives, anyone on Facebook that you've been, your friends or whoever that's been interested or you've heard cues from, or they've come to you and straight up asked you more about it, maybe they're still a brand new agent and they've only been in for like a month or so, this is going to be really helpful for them to be at as well. This isn't just for only brand new or people that aren't enrolled. This is for all spectrums of the business. No matter where you're at, this is an event that you want to be at.
Totally. And something really unique that Aaron was talking about is that every time we go to a city, we'd love to have a charity project. Yeah. Something fun to do for the community. Well, fun, I'm not sure if fun is the right word, but something cool, Yeah, something cool for you, the agent, something cool for your friends, something cool for those that we will serve. So in order for these charity events, charity projects to take place, we need your help. So like you should come with the proposals, what we should do, where we should go. Like Aaron was saying yesterday, I don't care, even if we just go and pick up some leaves from someone's home.
Oh, mine, please.
Yeah, whatever, like even if something small, but we should just do something for the community where we will be in.
Are you going to, I have a question. Does anyone have a question before I jump in? Are you arranging all of the hotel arrangements for where it's happening, or is that something that you're going to ask and work with the leader to do with you?
So we would like the leader to take ownership on this, to choose an area, like a conference room or wherever we are going, because he knows
the area. They know the area.
He knows. Yeah. But of course, if they don't want to do it, or if they're having a hard time to do this, we can
just give you some guidance to get there.
Okay. But it would be cool for the people in those areas to suggest places, suggest things to do. Just, it's something that we do together. It's not just corporate comes with an idea and then just do it. You guys come and that's it,
So who's paying for the events?
Well, my Mini Casa.
That's another question. I mean, if you're wondering who's in charge of finding a hotel and doing those types of things, you'll coordinate with Andrei to make sure that it gets paid for. Yeah. I'm sure that when you're doing conference rooms, if any of you have done that before, there are contracts involved, and the contracts will need to be looked at and doing all those types of things. So the meeting room requirements that we have for audio or anything like that, Andrei will be able to help you with that and get all of those things set up. Any meals or catering that may or may not need to happen, again, that's Andrei, and he can help look at those contracts and go over those details with you. But more importantly than all of this, as far as getting them set up and doing those types of things, is the importance to create an impact around the event, again, to get people there. If we don't have people there, what's the point, right? So make sure that you're inviting and you're reaching out personally and on broad spectrums as well to get your teams there that are local. If you have an agent that lives in any of the areas, encourage them to get there. You want them there, I promise. New people, whatever it is, let's get people there to these events. They're going to be a lot of fun. And I love that we're doing the community outreach. Yeah. So that's fantastic.
Yeah. I think something, I'm not sure if you mentioned that, but we're going to have one outside speaker, someone outside my Mini Casa. Someone that's really cool in the area, maybe known, maybe someone that will talk on some cool subjects. So for this event that we'll have next weekend in Jackson, we asked Steven if he knows anyone that we can invite. Or if you guys know anyone in your areas that we can invite to talk. They don't have to talk on my Mini Casa, we'd like them to talk on setting up goals, but mostly on family, spiritual, and career matters. This is what Aaron wants those outside speakers to talk on. And we are going to ask those speakers to sign like a, I don't know, like a contract or something, because we want to publish the speeches afterwards. We're gonna have them available on our website so you guys can re-listen to it, re-watch it.
I already have some in mind for Idaho. We're here.
There you go. Like, yeah. So if you know someone,
Lots of great people that we can reach out to. So
because this way,
yeah, I love it.
So, any other questions you guys have about this? Like, are you pumped as we are, or?
I don't know. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Steven's smiling now. I'm like, I don't know. Is he pumped or not?
Yeah, Steven, this is like our first ever regional rally is happening in your area. So
I love it. I love it.
Always good to be first, right? If you're not first, you're last.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So Steven, as we go through it, and I'm sure you'll connect and work with Andrei, or you can work with myself or anyone else to just tell us what kinds of things we can improve to make the experience better for you and for the other lead agents that are going to this. So that will be really important to hear from you as well on that. We'd love your feedback.
Sure. Yeah, they'll have a kind of a leg up, if you will, is time. You know, time or rather lack of, anyways, makes it a little bit tougher. But we'll get it worked out in the first one, and then the other, you know, time in advance to plan a little bit more. So it'll probably be better as we go, just as most things are. So
yeah.
Other than that, it'll be. I think it'll be good.
Absolutely. And keep in mind, I mean, if you're sending out your invitations and inviting people, if you're sending them out 2 weeks in advance, people don't always commit to something until about 3 days before. If that. I mean, you're honestly, sometimes people, like if they're real planners and schedule keepers, they're not going to tell you, yep, I'm available in 2 weeks, you got it, I'm there. But we tend to want to say, I need your commitment right now today, right? We want their commitment, but that doesn't always happen. So keep that in mind. How often and how quickly do you commit to something and going, this is a free event. We're not requiring anybody to pay or anything like that. So get them at least to a maybe and stay in touch with them. Remind them the night before, the day before, offer to pick them up, whatever you're going to do to just help make it easy for them to get there and to join us and
have a good time.
Meet y'all. Okay?
I think that's pretty much all from us.
Yeah, it's all from me. Anything else for anyone else? All right. Silence.
Samantha, just you want to say something?
Samantha, if you have a question, you're on mute, but we can see your cute face.
I don't think so.
You're good? All right.
No, I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Are you excited?
Well, yeah, I'm not going to go down to Jackson, though.
Oh, come
Maybe
on.
if we came up to Kansas City or Wichita.
I think that could be
How many
arranged.
people are around there?
We have a lot of people in Wichita, too.
There you go.
Make it happen.
Okay.
We'll make it happen.
Awesome. Cool, guys. Well, just so you know, we recorded this so we can have this available if you want, I don't know, your friends your agents' friends to watch this, cool. You can give this to them.
Or you can take some notes and share with your team how to invite people, like what the objective is, share why they want to invite it and how to invite it, all those types of things too. If there's a reason that you want to get on and do some kind of a call or something like this before each event to talk about these very things, that can be arranged as well.
Sure.
Okay?
Awesome. Have a great day.
Hey, have a great weekend, you guys. You only have a few days to get that 150 offer on the table with your customers, so make the most of it. Get on the board, get your 250 cash or your ads, whatever you're doing. So thanks, everyone.
Adios.